Hey, how are you doing? HSP is one of the mental traits that stand for a hypersensitive person, which literally indicates a person with great sensitivity, right? So it is said that HSP is not something that people acquire as time goes by after they were born, but this is the innate mental trait. So statistically, the percentage of HSP people in the world population is said to be 20%, which is like 1 in 5 people has this kind of mental traits, right? So people in HSP are definitely a minority of world population, but it is not that their character is unusual, but there's a certain fact that it is really hard for people in HSP to be understood by the rest of people in terms of concerns that HSP people have. So it's like HSP people are vulnerable towards external pressure and they don't even deal with the problems in front of them whenever they confront difficulties on the pretext of the fact that they are really different from others. So they spoil themselves and use the fact of HSP as an excuse whenever they have something disadvantageous and something inconvenient. So some people don't understand what people in HSP actually suffer from mentally. So in short, HSP is in a state of keeping an eye out, keeping an eye open more sensitively and more widely than any other people. So this sensitive mental trait gives them a great ability to grasp someone's circumstance by putting themselves in other one's shoes and have strong sympathy for various things emotionally. So this is a really wonderful ability, right? So I have so many chance to see their opinions about how people in HSP feel about to survive in a society like uh, they they are having a really hard time to keep a good pace with others and to keep a good pace with the society where they spend their life. So to some extent, I can sympathize with them because there's some personality traits that come to my mind in terms of HSP because I have some HSP traits in my personality. So actually, to be honest, I've recently known these words of HSP, so I didn't know of this word till recently. So one thing I can say for sure, one thing I can say for sure about HSP is that HSP is just one general personality tendency led by academic statistics. So this is only prevailing view. This is a general thing, general thing. So no matter how many items of HSP traits your personality fit into, HSP as one general personality traits itself is not perfectly your personality, right? So just because you have the fact that you can recognize yourself as HSP doesn't mean you need to behave like HSP. So you know what I mean. Even if you find the fact that what you're really worried about actually attribute to your personality with strong HSP traits, you are not supposed to use an element of HSP as get out of free jail card to make an excuse to give up solving the problem by attracting people's sympathy. So it's like you're saying I'm a really weak person. Please understand my circumstance because of HSP. Please accept me who give up doing this halfway because of HSP or something. That this is not really different from beggar or something. So it is not really good. It is not really good. So HSP is one of the general personality tendencies. As I said, this is not your personality. This is not your personality. So some people assume that their personality is perfectly based on HSP too much. So they think they should be HSP and they should behave like HSP. And they fall into self-pity with great complaint that nobody understands our circumstance. So you may have HSP trait, but your personality is not HSP itself, right? when you confront difficulties, if you take a stance that you ask you ask people around you to understand your circumstance because of HSP, it's not really different from spoiling yourself. So this is my opinion. So don't assume that you are perfectly HSP person, no matter how many items of HSP traits your personality fit into. All right, this is really insane. This is really insane. If you have a weak point and if you think you want to fix it, to change yourself instinctively, you just follow what you think of in your mind. Don't be influenced. Don't be influenced by the fact that HSP is innate personality. That's really difficult to encourage yourself to change.